4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So
Wow.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl, and that's it.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Find Your Formula Reacts. Now, today we got something a little bit interesting here, talking about Drake, Stephen Curry, and Ayesha Curry. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but the last time that Ayesha Curry was kind of in the realm of being talked about on social media and stuff like that, it's a couple of years ago where she was basically saying like, oh, I'm sad that Steph has groupies and I want groupies too. And pretty much getting on the red table talking, basically saying like, yeah, I want the attention that my husband gets. It was weird. It was embarrassing. And Stephen Curry came right back and was like, oh, no, it's fine. That's my baby, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward a few years, it looks like she's getting exactly that. It looks like she's getting attention, and not only from anybody, but from the loser of the most famous rap beef, certainly in the last 5-10 years, Drake. Now, I don't know exactly what's been going on, but apparently Drake has slid in to the DMs of Ayesha Curry, and the embarrassment continues. So without any further ado, let's get into the video.
Depending on who you ask, the marriage between Steph and Ayesha Curry is like a symbol of black love. It's very similar to what you see with Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, or what we kind of used to see with Papoose and Remy Ma. All these couples were together for a long time, or have been together for a long time. They have children, and they are like black institutions on how to stay together despite hard times.
Right.
However, these relationships, especially with Michelle Obama and Barack and Steph and Ayesha, have some levels of controversy. There is a theme between all of these relationships, and that is the woman in the relationship obviously has no problem with disrespecting or calling out the man. We definitely know that when it comes to Michelle and Barack Obama, and we also know that when it comes to Ayesha and Steph Curry. Now, in the case of Steph Curry, he never talks about his wife in a negative fashion or ever reveals any information. But Ayesha Curry is known for that.
Yeah.
At first, she was like this motherly type of symbol of a lady, and then she kind of got a little bit wild, posting like very provocative pictures, wanting a lot of attention, while Steph Curry didn't do anything. It was all good till a few weeks ago, until Ayesha Curry showed up on the Call Her Daddy podcast. And there are on that podcast that really went viral.
But I'm like, when you look back, is there any memory that you're like, maybe there was something? Or
No, never. I in the beginning hated it so much. I did not sign up for that.
At this particular point, she's saying when she first started dating Stephen Curry, she hated it. She didn't sign up for that. But wait, there's more.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So
Wow.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl, and that's it.
In this instance,
and that is the problem. That explains everything though. She picked a winner, and she's now mad that she has to be second place to said winner. But that's the conundrum, because if he wasn't Stephen Curry, she wouldn't have been with him. She wouldn't have been with him. Do you feel me? So, man, the Call Her Daddy podcast, that podcast is a content gold mine, because you really have women that'll go on there and they'll just speak their mind. It's a safe space, as they like to say, for women to come speak their mind. And it's beautiful, because those same women will just tell on themselves. They'll just say the most outlandish stuff, whatever the case may be. And you're just there like, oh, okay, tell me more. So yeah, knowing that your wife at first didn't want kids, thought that she was going to be a career girl, and now she's the exact opposite of that, of course that would bring up some resentment. And Steph's a good man. He's going to try to accommodate her, etc. But that's got to be tough, because I couldn't imagine I get with a woman and she's like, oh yeah, by the way, I don't want kids and I just want to be a career girly. I'd be like, cool. Right? I wouldn't then do. Okay, that makes sense. I'm willing to tie my life to that. I hope they stay together. I hope they don't get divorced, but it seems like that's where it's going. If she wants to be a career girl, the culture is set up in America for women to do just that. So I don't know.
She's saying she never wanted kids. Now, again, this is something that I can understand, and it makes a lot of sense if a person never wanted kids.
Mm-hmm.
But see, here's the issue with that.
I get it. You know, people have visions for their own life, and when they get in relationships, sometimes they have to compromise. But my thing is, why 10 years later talk about it to the world?
That exactly.
Like,
Yeah, that's a conversation that you and your partner need to have. But I'll tell you why though. She went to talk to the world about it. Simple. Attention to like, here's the thing, right? I did a video on this channel, actually. I'll put it like right here in the little eye. You can go and watch it. But second wave feminism basically said that like accomplishments and attention equals success. And that is the same type of rhetoric that she is talking about right here in this video. She's basically saying, look, I thought I was going to be the boss. I thought I was going to be top dog. I thought I was going to be the breadwinner. And maybe I'd have Steph like stay at home and like watch the kids, clean up, whatever the case may be. But it's the opposite. Stephen Curry is an NBA megastar. All right, there's not a whole lot of people. And like, you don't think about Stephen Curry. You don't think about NBA and Stephen Curry doesn't come up in there. Him, LeBron James, Curry, Kobe, all of these guys. It's all in the same realm. You know, obviously there's nuances, but all in the same realm of fame. You know what I mean? So he's an NBA megastar. Okay, and with that status comes women, comes groupies, whatever. And she is basically saying like, dang, like I can't compete with that. You're right, because you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to compete with that. You're supposed to compliment that, support that, be in the background character, right? Every play needs someone to open and close the curtain. That's you. You're the curtain opener and closer. The star of the show is your husband, Stephen Curry. But when you believe that you're going to be the career girl, you feel like you're in the shadow of your husband. You're going to talk to the world about it, because then, yes, your husband is still the reason why you're getting recognition, but you're doing it in a way where you get the attention, where the attention is on you, the spotlight is on you. And it seems like that's what she wanted from the very beginning. So that's why, that's why she went and talked to the world about, yeah, I never wanted to be married. I never wanted to have kids. I never this, I never that, and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, cool, that could have just been a conversation you and Steph had. You don't need to tell the world about it.
She opened her mouth. She embarrassed this man.
See, what the guy is saying is actually right, in my honest opinion. First of all, you never wanted to have kids. We understand, right? But why do you have to come out and tell the entire world?
Mm-hmm.
Especially on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There are many men out there who never wanted to be married or never wanted kids. But you just wouldn't come out and say that because, number one, it's disrespectful to the person that you're with.
Right.
Now, the never wanting kids part is not really so bad, but what's really so terrible is, in the beginning, I hated it. I didn't sign up for that. Imagine LeBron James or Stephen Curry coming out and saying something very similar about their wives.
Right.
In the beginning, I hated it. I didn't sign up for that. Woo!
Yeah, it would be mayhem. Yeah, it would be absolute mayhem, because it's like, why are you disrespecting your wife? 100%, he's 100% right. This works both ways. But I think the reason why women get away with doing it is because we look at it as man bad, woman good. You can say anything against a man and he's just supposed to deal with it and take it. And he's not allowed to speak out about it. He's not allowed to be like, well, that sucked. I don't understand why I had to get dunked on for simply existing. Like, I've been nothing but supportive for you, and you repay me by going out on a podcast saying that not only did you never want to have kids, you never wanted to be married. And I don't know, he says, wasn't it? O'Shea says something I kind of disagree with. Saying that you never wanted to have kids is still disrespectful to your children, because their children are old enough to be on the internet to kind of like, oh, mommy said that she never wanted to have us. That's a horrible thing to hear. If I called my mom right now, I was like, yo, do you love me? She was like, actually, nah, I never wanted to have you. I'd be like, damn, that hurt me now today. So as a kid, you mean That's not something you want to hear your parents say. I never wanted to be married. I never wanted to have kids. Like, damn, well, we here now. What's up?
Women would look at that particular person as being very insensitive. He's a man that doesn't deserve a wife. Girl, you need to go ahead on and leave him.
Yep, that's exactly.
He ain't no good. What kind of man that love his wife would talk like that? Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of man that loves his wife would talk like that? If he felt that way, he should never make that public, because out of respect for the mother of his kids, it just doesn't make sense for a person to say that. But obviously and apparently it is okay for prominent black women such as Michelle Obama or Ayesha Curry to come out and say things about their husbands. And in the case of Steph Curry, he seems like he's a man that's been consistently faithful. He's never had any issue outside of the locker room, never been involved in any scandal,
Right.
have no side chicks. He's been a completely great husband from what we all understand. And it seems like to me, this man don't deserve it. But of course, belittling faithful black men in front of the public is something that tends to be a problem. But then you have women who have an issue with this particular take.
But what you would take as disrespect, why do y'all seem to think every man take that as disrespect?
This lady here
What?
is basically responding to the person that was before her. And she's saying, listen, why do you think that every man takes her commentary as disrespect? Just because you take it as disrespect, it doesn't mean that Steph Curry takes as disrespect. And you know what? It's probably the truth.
That is true, but at the end of the day, there's certain things that are 100% disrespectful, right? Like if I walk up and I spit in your face, you don't have time to rationalize if this is disrespectful or not. It's 100% disrespectful. There's no situation that exists to where that's respectful conduct. And I think the same thing is true in a marriage. You know, you are pretty much spitting in your, not only your husband's face, but your kid's face by saying, hey, I never wanted you to be my husband, and I never wanted to have these kids. Maybe Stephen Curry does take it as disrespect. Maybe he doesn't take it as disrespect. But the fact of the matter is, it's disrespectful. There's no way that you can flip that to where it is respectful, to come out to the world and say like, hey, yeah, I never wanted, the life that I live, I never wanted to live that. There's just certain truths in the world, and I know we live in a weird world right now where everything is subjective to protect the woman's identity and protect her. Well, I mean, she didn't mean it like that. You're taking it out of context. We just look at it in black and white. She said she never wanted to be married. She never wanted to have kids, and she's both those things. What are we talking about right now? But if a man said it, like we already said, it would be 100% mutiny and chaos and death and destruction. So what are we really talking about here? What are we really talking about here? If I spit in your face, man, woman, up, down, Namekian, it don't matter. It's disrespect. Point blank, period.
The thing is, Steph Curry probably is not bothered by this, and he probably doesn't take this very seriously. Right? He's been married for a long time, and he's probably okay with it. He's a modern guy, younger guy. Okay. The issue is this. If the shoe was on the other foot, what would you say about it? Would you defend it? You would never defend such language from a man. And the reality is this. While men like Steph Curry don't have a problem with it, many men do have a problem with it. And then let's talk about the black men who have opportunities dating other women. This is very important. Here's something to talk about. Ayesha Curry is extremely attractive. Okay? And she's also a person that Steph has known right before he signed up for the NBA. Okay? Let's put those two things in her wheelhouse. They've been together for a very, very long time. If a black woman who is not tied to a single man like that and wants to meet a guy who's already has leverage, again, like if Steph Curry met Ayesha Curry and he was already who he was, he'd be much less likely to take this. And this is what a lot of black women don't understand. Just because Steph Curry can deal with it from Ayesha Curry, who's been with him for a long time, most black men that have a lot of money and have a lot of success will not put up with such an attitude or with such issues.
And that's true, because that goes directly into one of the biggest talking points that you see in manosphere and things of that nature, right? And the reason why that happens is because it's like being an NBA megastar isn't easy. Having any level of success to where you have the status and you can garner other women simply by existing, like anything, NBA, rapper, boxer, firefighter, whatever the case may be. These things aren't easy. They take a lot of time. They take a lot of effort. It doesn't make any sense to be in a position, to work really hard to be in a position that's difficult to be in, but you thrive in, to garner attention from other women just to get with a woman who's going to give you attitude and not add peace to your life. You'd be like, why would I be with you? What do you bring to my life other than your body? Because the same way how you bring a body, I can get 10 other women that are going to bring their body too. And so your body is now worth less because it doesn't mean anything. But are you peaceful? Do you make me feel at home when I'm with you? Do I feel like no matter what happens, this woman has my back? You know what I'm saying? If I bring up gripes and complaints, are you going to argue with me or are you going to change the behavior? Are you going to be like, hey, look, I don't necessarily agree with this, but you have the final say, so I'm going to go with what you say, and that's just what we're going to do? What are you bringing me? Because if I already got all the money, I got all the fame, they call me the chef, I'm the best shooter in all of NBA history, and you want to come to me with attitude, I won't even look in your direction again. You know what I'm saying? I won't even look in your direction again. And that's why, sometimes you see a lot of athletes with other groups of women, like with white women or with Latino women or whatever the case. Not Travis Hunter, though. Travis Hunter is not a good example. But with like Mighty Mouse, the UFC GOAT, MMA GOAT, these are the white women. You know what I'm saying? He talks about how his wife has always been there, how she's always looked after him, helped him out. And there's not to say that black women don't do that, because that would be disingenuous to say that. 100% they do. But it seems like there's a problem in the black community where, like, even in like our media and TV shows, where like the sassy black woman is like everyone's favorite character, and if it's not her, then she got an auntie who's like that or a grandma who's like that. It's like, for what? And they all want the same dude. They all want the same dude, but it's like, why would I put up with that? I wouldn't put up with that. So yeah, it's crazy. But hey guys, listen, that's all I have for this video. I'm gonna leave the full video down in the comments below. O'Shea Duke Jackson, man, great coverage, great video. But he's 100% right in his talking points here. It's very interesting that in the black community, you'll have a lot of prominent, strong black women just dunking on their husbands for clout, seems like. I was really disappointed when Michelle Obama did what she did with Barack. I was like, dang, man, like, y'all was supposed to be it, the end all be all, the ultimate power couple. And I hear you come talking this, talking that. I was like, bro, that's not a good example for the community. You know what I'm saying? It's a very poor example. It's a very sad example. But hey, listen, guys, that's all I got for this video. If you like it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the best way to help out the channel is to watch another one of the videos that you see popping up on the screen right now. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.